We've all seen Porsches rolling down the street, but what we're going to cover in this video is something very unique and unexpected to Porsche and its original design. From high-performance sports cars to SUVs and even sedans, Porsche has come up with vehicles that have managed to amaze their customers and non-customers alike, and it seems like this German automaker is cooking something new. When did they decide to make this new jaw-dropping Porsche, and what can we expect from this unusual-looking new Porsche? Join us as we explore everything about this new masterpiece that Porsche is about to release to the world. Ever since the Porsche company was founded in 1931, they have worked tirelessly in producing vehicles that they believe their customers would like. These vehicles have morphed with time to become modern and technologically advanced, making them even more exciting to look at and drive. Originally, the Ferdinand Porsche, the founder of Porsche, offered motor vehicle consultation and development work, but didn't make any vehicles under his own name. One of Porsche's first assignments as a new car company was from the German government to design a vehicle for the people. This brought about the appearance of the Volkswagen Beetle, one of the most successful car designs of all time. Later, in 1939, the German automaker developed the Porsche 64 using many components from the Beetle. During the Second World War, the car company was also involved in producing many designs for heavy tanks, losing out to Henschel & Son in both contracts that eventually led to the Tiger I and the Tiger II. However, contrary to what you might think, all the work they put in wasn't wasted, as the chassis designed by Porsche for the Tiger I was used as the foundation for creating the Elephant tank destroyer. Porsche also developed the Maus Super Heavy tank in the war's closing stages, coming up with two prototypes. Starting from the Porsche 356 automobile made by the company in post-war Germany, Porsche became more interested in making and selling more non-military vehicles. However, the Porsche 356 was discontinued in 1964, which marked the year that the car, which started out and remained the company's identity and is synonymous with sports car, was produced. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about the Porsche 911. The 911 has become the company's most well-known model, and it was successful on the racetracks, in rallies, and in road car sales. Before Porsche's first public stock offering in 1984, different models such as the 912, the 914, the 924, and the 928 initially created as a 911 replacement, and the 944 had followed. Yet 44 years later, the 911 remains the backbone of the brand. Ever since Wendell and Wedeking became the company's CEO in 1992, he canceled the four-door model in development, the first Panamera, and proclaimed in no uncertain terms, "We remain a sports car company." That proclamation was considered a step toward efficiency, and more followed in short order. Wendell slashed management, fought unions, and persuaded Japan's Shingijutsu Consultancy to modernize the company's development and production. He managed to increase pre-tax profit, and today Porsche is widely believed to have the industry's highest profit margins. Wendell later realized that sports cars weren't enough to protect the German automaker from fluctuating exchange rates, cynical demand, or takeover by one of the bigger competitors. So in the late 1990s, he struck a deal with VW Audi for joint development of a sports utility vehicle, to the horror of many of sports car faithful. The Cayenne was introduced in 2002 and has become one of the fastest-selling Porsche vehicles. While some would say that the German automaker has been relatively focused on the kind of vehicles they want to make, this new Porsche vehicle isn't quite like what we are used to from the company. This brings up the question, when did the idea of this new Porsche become known? In 2020, the German automaker revealed a couple of vehicles, including a jaw-dropping electric van alongside other concepts, all of which were packed in a book called Porsche Unseen. This contained a few images of cars that have never been produced and had just been made in design studies between 2005 to 2019, as they were publicly unveiled for the first time, some of which have been produced in model form. One of the most impressive, eye-catching concepts in the Porsche Unseen was the Porsche Vision Rendienst electric van, which happens to be the vehicle being discussed in this video. According to the company, this electric van was created in 2018 as a one-to-one concept model, designed as a family-friendly space concept with a capacity of up to 6 people. Upon its completion, the electric van was never revealed to the public before its images were revealed in November of 2020. The Porsche Vision Rendienst electric van had a central driver's seat, with the electrical powertrain units mounted beneath the floor, as on many electric vehicles. Unfortunately, that was all the German automaker would reveal about the technical specs of the van, or at least the projected technical specs, as it apparently never made it to the rolling prototype stage. The images released by the company when this van was revealed in 2020 showed off a red van that was seen in some images parked alongside an old VW camper van transport. This was maybe considered an indicator of where the German automaker took its design inspiration for the Porsche Vision Rendienz electric van from. It did give off some retro vibes, and it's one of the most eye-catching design concepts to ever come from the company. This leads to the next question: what are you to expect from a vehicle of this kind? The reason behind the creation of a vehicle like this is a pretty simple one. The German automaker was hoping to find out how its design language would be applied to an entirely different segment of automobiles, in this case, the electric van segment. As one would expect, whatever design language they used on the van is quite unique. It would stand out when compared to other vehicles in the current lineup, such as the Taycan, the Cayenne, and Macan. The company released some shots of the van's interior, hopefully as proof that more could still come from the Porsche Vision Rendienz electric van. Inside, Porsche stated that there would be substantial space for the driver and passenger, combined with a Porsche-like flair, making the travel experience as enjoyable as possible. One major element that takes your breath away is the central driving position, which shows just how adventurous the company went with this vehicle's styling. The vehicle was designed to be autonomous, but many of us would like to experience actual driving this van for ourselves. However, there is more to the central driver's seat than meets the eye. The electric van's central driver's seat originally looked like it might be a concept based on the van's motorsports origins, but Porsche's chief designer, Michael Maurer, explained that it was more of a way of giving off this autonomous van a more Porsche-like driving experience. With this central driving position, the driver can completely focus on the road ahead like a race car driver, and when it is switched to autonomous mode, the driver can turn around to face the passengers. The cockpit also comes with a blend of digital and analog controls, with the head of interior design Markus Auerbach stating that haptic buttons in the vehicle cockpit are perfect because you don't have to take your eyes off the road. On each side of the driver, there are large display panels, presumably the infotainment units of the electric van. The interior view of the van shows only the left side of the rear cabin is without side windows, while the right side has a more traditional rectangular window. The idea behind this is so that the passenger can enjoy the quiet, low-light privacy on the left side or relish the passing view on the right side. The center row of the rear cabin also comprises two independent seats. The third row of the seats is a bench, and the company fitted floating headrest so the driver can look out the rear window when no one is sitting back there. Porsche's chief designer Michael Maurer said, "We thought about how we could still give a distinctly Porsche flair to a passenger compartment that is so far removed from the classic sports car interior, and how autonomous driving could be designed." He also stated that they would be drawing inspiration from the Taycan regarding this electric van. The German automaker is not exactly the first company out of the gates with an electric van concept, as Volkswagen has revealed its ID Buzz and the Canoo MPDV, to name a few. Regardless, Porsche seems to want in on the fun, but there's no word whether this vehicle will eventually see a commercial release. Do you like the new design? Let me know in the comments below.